Divisions are frequently neglected in the NBA. People always pay more attention to the Eastern and Western conferences and have little idea that divisions play a major role in determining the schedule and matches of teams. There are 6 divisions in the NBA. Currently, the 30 NBA teams are split into 2 conferences with 3 divisions in each conference. The 15 Eastern Conference teams are split into the following 3 divisions: Atlantic, Central, and Southeast. The 15 Western Conference teams are split into the following 3 divisions: Northwest, Pacific, and Southwest. There are 5 teams in each NBA division. We put together this handy infographic, and if you would like a copy of it, you can get it from the link in our description. Winning a particular division is not as massively celebrated as winning a specific conference, but it is always motivating to beat other local teams and clinch the first available title of the season. The purpose of NBA divisions is to group teams geographically due to the sheer size of the territory the NBA covers. An NBA's team schedule is composed of the following games: 16 NBA division games, 36 NBA conference games, 30 games versus the opposing NBA conference, which makes 82 games in total. Let's look at the setup of the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference is divided into 3 divisions that are Atlantic, Central, and Southeast. Let's review each of them and the teams that are playing against each other. The Atlantic Division, there are 5 teams: the Philadelphia 76ers, Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics, Brooklyn Nets, and the New York Knicks. The division system has been around since the inception of the NBA in the 1940s. The Atlantic Division was formed in 1970, originally consisting of the Celtics, Knicks, 76ers, and the now defunct Buffalo Braves. In the Central Division, there are the following teams: the Detroit Pistons, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Indiana Pacers, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Chicago Bulls. The Central Division was reformed in 1917, having previously existed for the 1949-50 season, consisting of 4 teams: the Atlanta Hawks, Baltimore Bullets, Cincinnati Royals, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The majority of these teams moved over from the now defunct Midwest Division as the NBA expanded 17 teams from 14 and split into East and Western conferences. The Southeast Division has the following teams: the Atlanta Hawks, the Orlando Magic, the Miami Heat, the Charlotte Hornets, and the Washington Wizards. The Southeast Division was formed in 2004 when the league expanded to its current 30-team size. The Southeast Division originally consisted of 5 teams: the Atlanta Hawks, Charlotte Bobcats, Miami Heat, Orlando Magic, and the Washington Wizards. The Bobcats were the new addition to the NBA, and 3 teams came from the Atlantic Division, while the Hawks moved over from the Central Division. Let's look at the setup of the Western Conference, and if you are finding this video useful, then please make sure that you smack the like button. As we've talked about the Eastern Conference, now we should move to its counterpart, the West, where the 3 divisions are Northwest, Pacific, and Southwest. In the Northwest Division, we have the following teams: the Utah Jazz, the Denver Nuggets, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Northwest Division was formed in 2004, originally consisting of 5 teams: the Jazz, the Nuggets, the Seattle Supersonics, the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Pacific Division contains the following 5 teams: the Los Angeles Clippers, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Golden State Warriors, the Sacramento Kings, and the Phoenix Suns. They compete in the Western Conference of the NBA. The Pacific Division was formed in 1970, originally consisting of the LA Lakers, Portland Trail Blazers, San Diego Rockets, San Francisco Warriors, and the Seattle Supersonics. In the Southwest Division, there are the Houston Rockets, the San Antonio Spurs, the Dallas Mavericks, the Memphis Grizzlies, and the New Orleans Pelicans. The latter 2 were the latest to join the divisions after relocating from other cities. The Southwest Division was formed in 2004 when the NBA expanded to its current 30 teams. The Southwest Division originally consisted of 5 teams: the Dallas Mavericks, Houston Rockets, Memphis Grizzlies, New Orleans Hornets, and the San Antonio Spurs. What does clinched mean when it comes to division? When a team is listed as having clinched their division, it means that they have won enough games versus their division rivals that they will finish the season with the best record in the division, even if they lose all their remaining games. Does winning a division mean anything in the NBA? When a team wins their division, they get a banner from the NBA and are recognised in the history books as the winners of the division that season. Although most teams choose not to hang the banner, it's still a good accolade to have, as it usually means you have had a strong regular season and are in a good playoff spot. Prior to the 2015-16 NBA season, the division winner was guaranteed a top 4 seed in their conference playoffs, regardless of overall record and standing. This rule was abolished at the start of the 2015-16 season, although looking back, its impact was fairly minimal. A common misconception is, when did the NBA get rid of divisions? This is a misunderstanding that has occurred since the rule changes that I just mentioned. At the start of the 15-16 season, they changed the rule so that division winners were no longer guaranteed a top 4 seed and home court advantage. This was by far the biggest benefit of winning your division. Since the rule change, divisions really only exist for the purposes of schedule making. You may be wondering, how would an expansion affect the divisions? There have been frequent discussions about expansion in the NBA, which basically means adding more teams in each conference. If such a thing ever happens, we will likely get 4 divisions instead of 3. There's also an idea that the divisions could mix with each conference, but so far no official statements have been made. In a nutshell, an expansion would significantly impact the status and structure of divisions, potentially even seeing them erased entirely. Have you ever wondered how the NBA divisions are split on a map across North America? We have looked into this and put together an NBA divisions map. The map highlights how the divisions are split between the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference, as well as geographically. At a quick glance, you can see that the Northwest Division, Pacific Division and Southwest Division belong to the Western Conference. The Atlantic Division, Central Division and Southeastern Division belong to the Eastern Conference. I hope you have found this video helpful, and if you have, then why not check out one of our other videos.